Hello, everybody.
Hello. I forgot that I put a reminder on Instagram this was happening. All of a sudden, I got a notification like, "Oh, what's happening?" Oh, it's our event. That's what's happening. Good job,
Hello,
Teresa.
Donna and Sarah and T and Megan.
Welcome, everyone.
How's it going?
Sarah, we're very excited about this too. I will be very transparent with you all. We are still recovering. We are still tired. So words were a little hard for me during our last stream. Thankfully, Tag was catching that and fixing them for me. But yeah, we're here. We're
Hello.
so excited I'm still on cloud nine from the past week.
Hello, Josh. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Christiana. Hello, Stephanie.
It's crazy to me that it was a week ago because it also feels like it was a month ago. Hello, Stephanie. Stephanie was wonderful and organized the DLWeekly Terry Harden meetup that we had at Lazy Dog, which was tons of fun and
the food was really good.
Huge turnout. Yes, delicious food. It was really, really great. So thank you for that, Stephanie.
Yes, thank you, Stephanie. Really?
See, look, your brain's not working either.
No, the thing just decided to select the wrong thing.
Oh. So this will be kind of like an open forum thing. So we got to do and experience a ton of D23 specific things as well as just the parks. We got to go to Company D again, which was amazing. So just kind of like an open forum chat about the event. So looks like Josh has the first question. How do you feel about the Magic Kingdom losing the Rivers of America? Do you want to go first with that?
Sure. I think it's weird. I never would have thought that they would have gotten rid of it because it seems like in most of the Magic Kingdom style parks around the world, Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, Tokyo Disneyland, etc., that it's kind of a staple to have something like this. So I was a little surprised, although after hearing people that are way more knowledgeable about Disney World than I am, it sounds like it's different. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how they execute. What do you think?
I was surprised. Honestly, if it wasn't the Disney Parks blog that posted it first, I would have thought somebody was just making stuff up. But because they did not say this at the parks panel or the experiences panel. I can't remember what it was called, but the traditional the parks panel. They did not mention this at all, which I think was intentional. But I was really surprised. I do not think that this has anything to do with Disneyland's Rivers of America. Our rivers are used a lot more than what Walt Disney World is. Walt Disney World has a riverboat and Tom Sawyer's Island's rafts, and that's it. Whereas we have of course, the Mark Twain, the sailing ship Columbia, the canoes, and then the Mark Twain riverboats, but most importantly, Fantasmic. So, yes. So it was wild to me. And yes, we've heard the same thing, Stephanie, where there's some structural issues with it, and so they needed to be super, super revamped or just replaced. The thing that's going to be wild to me though is just how much this is going to change the theming of that section of the park and just the overall look and feel of things. Because you've got them, you're not going to be able to look across the rivers and see, the mansion up on the hill anymore when you're in Frontierland looking across. And same thing, when you're in the Liberty Square area, looking down that street is not going to be like it's the harbor or something. It worked really, really well thematically for all of those different areas. So it's just going to be different. It's going to be very different.
And just a quick overview here. This is the concept art that was released on the Disney Parks blog. And just to give you an idea of where these things are, we were just talking about this on our Hangout a little bit. This is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad back here. So looking at the satellite view, this is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad here. This over here, this set of buildings that's red, is this set of buildings here in Frontierland. This building down here is currently the loading dock for the Liberty Square River boat.
So they're just going to, re-theme that. Obviously, it will not be a loading dock anymore.
So this path here does not exist. This looks like it's part of Haunted Mansion, which is here. So it looks like there will be a path that goes back here, and they have not announced this for sure or shown any, where things are going to be, but the thought is probably that back here will be the villains area. Also, for people who are not Disney World folks, I did not know this, for instance, the Rivers of America actually connects through a series of locks and dams to the Seven Seas Lagoon. So it is connected that way. So that's a little bit different than Disneyland, where obviously the things in the parks are connected to each other, but not connected to a giant lagoon.
Yeah, so weird. We feel weird about it. Thank you, Sarah. These were actually a buy from the Company D store. Not to brag, but I think I got these for $8 plus 20% off, so I was feeling pretty
Those
proud.
are nice looking ears.
They're nice. They're Loungefly, too.
So Donna's asking about a redo for Tomorrowland at Disneyland. We did not.
We did not. The only Disneyland specific, like Disneyland Park news, was the Walt animatronic that's going in with Lincoln in the theater. And also, eventually, Smuggler's Run is going to get a new, what do you call that? Video? A new theme?
Destination.
Destination. That's a good way of saying it. A new destination that's going to include the Mandalorian and Grogu. Those are the only Disneyland Park specific announcements that were talked about.
Now
a lot of people, tag included, were hoping for Tomorrowland,
Yeah.
but not this time around.
They did announce that the 70th anniversary, that they have a lot more to come to talk about with the 70th anniversary of Disneyland, which of course is happening next year. So I'm guessing, if they go by what they had done in the past, that we'll hear about 70th anniversary stuff probably closer to the holiday time. So sometime between Halloween and Christmas, I would guess that they would talk about their plans for parades or fireworks or whatever. We were at the Imagineering Pavilion, and we were talking with a gentleman there who works for Imagineering and
Disney Live Entertainment.
And said something about like actually it wasn't even that, it was somebody in the park, which I don't want to put anybody's name to anything, but said like, oh yeah, new fireworks, new parade. And I'm like, of course, because like every celebration, 60th,
it makes sense, because right
50th.
now it's the Pixar themed stuff for the parade, the daytime parade, and the nighttime fireworks is all Pixar themed, so of course those are going to glow away. But yeah, it makes total sense. But we're just anxiously waiting. We thought that was like gonna happen, and like such an easy thing. And they hinted at it, but the only thing they really announced for the 70th was the logo. But even John Stamos like teed that up, so they could have just knocked it right out of the park, and it was just the logo. But
what did John
okay.
Stamos say? I forget.
He was the one that was like, should we start with the D20 or the Disneyland 70th? He was like, that was supposed to be like the first thing.
Sure.
And it ended up just being them showing the logo, which is okay.
I thought that
Stephanie,
would put this here.
That is wild. I do not know Florida well at all. I did not know that they were having issues with gators getting into the rivers of America, and also Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Like, really? This is why I'm glad we don't, like, Florida is not our home park. Like, we don't have to worry about gators. That's just wild.
But Donna, I think it's tough, because there's a lot of people who have different opinions of when Tomorrowland will have some type of announcement or news. Some people think that it'll be after some Disneyland Forward stuff is done, perhaps after the stuff they announced for Disney California Adventure, which is the Coco ride, the 2 Avengers attractions, what am I forgetting? There was another one.
For
California Adventure. There was
Avatar?
Coco and the Avatar area. So adding all that capacity could make it easier for them to be able to shut down part of Disneyland. But I don't know. I don't know if that's really the reason. Who knows? I always go back to what Philander told us when he was on, which is most day guests don't have a problem with Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
So maybe Disney is not looking at it as something that is in a dire need at the moment, even though the fans think it is.
We need to do something, because every time, like, it wiggles.
The thing is, too, is like, yeah, it wiggles a little bit, but I feel like you notice it more than the people notice it.
Yeah, I don't know. It drives me... Sorry.
I mean, we could mount it to the ceiling, and then it wouldn't be touched anything.
There you go. Do we think they will replace Grizzly River Run with Avatar? I hope not. My hope in the perfect world, which we know is not the perfect world, is that all of the attractions are additions and not replacements, because DCA definitely needs a help
Capacity.
with capacity and eating people up for attractions. So it would be, in a perfect world, I want these to all be new. Honestly, Tag probably wanted to murder me. We were like, it was Saturday night. Lights are off in the hotel room. We're trying to like wind down and go to sleep so we can get up early and have our last full D23 day. And like, I'm just about drifting off and my brain's just running a mile a minute. And all of a sudden I'm like, I just like say loudly, like not quite a yell. I'm like, I don't understand Avatar. And Tag's like, what? And I'm like, I don't understand how it's going to fit. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, thematically, where do you thematically put Avatar in DCA to make it make sense? Like, the only thing that's close, right, is the Grizzly River Run area. You could blend that into the Avatar thing, like as seamless as you possibly could. But some people are saying, oh, it's going to take over Hollywoodland. That would be awful, because I'm already upset that we've got, Hollywood Boulevard there. Ends with the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout Tower. Like, that doesn't work for me thematically. That breaks it. So if they put, like, the floating mountains at the other end of Hollywood Boulevard, I would not be okay with that. We're kind of wondering, because with the concept art, it looks massive. I'm not convinced that this isn't a hint at a Disneyland Forward project, and it's actually going to go outside of the existing park and possibly use some of this parking area here. I'm not convinced that that's not what it's going to do. I still don't think it works well thematically, because you're going from like the Pixar Pier to Pandora, but
Yeah, maybe they'll have like some type of portal thing like what Universal's doing for their
Maybe.
different things. I don't know. Some people had said over here, the Monsters area, that they like this loading area would be taken out and like they would do something with this back section. I'm starting to agree with
really
you that I
hope
don't
not.
think that that's big enough necessarily for that. I already have skeptical thoughts on if they're going to be able to, with what they've demoed for the two Avengers attractions, how that's going to fit in here quite right, judging by the concept art. But we all know that concept art doesn't always
Yeah.
reflect reality. I really don't think that they would. First of all, they just spent a bunch of money updating stuff in the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail area. I don't think that they would replace an attraction that people like and still has a decent amount of ridership in the hot season.
Plus,
I
then
don't
you're
think
also
they would
getting
do
rid
that.
of one of the park icons, the Grizzly
Yeah,
Peak.
which, if you've noticed, hasn't been on a lot of things recently. It's been Carthay Circle and the Mickey's
wheel.
Death Wheel.
But the other thing, too, is, like, think if you're at the Grand Californian, the theming, right? Because, like, if you're staying in the rooms at the Grand Californian and you're looking out and it's the Avatar stuff.
I mean, it looks
looks
foresty and watery.
I don't know.
I do like the fact that I literally just saw this,
Oh, the floating
that there are
mountains?
some floating mountains, because I was concerned with this that there wouldn't be any floating mountains, because that's like one of the coolest things.
Yeah, I agree, Scott. The
Hello,
Avatar
Megan.
announcement was
And
made
Megan.
with a very very like it wasn't super cheering. Coco, I was screaming when they announced Coco. That one came out of nowhere for me, and that, like, come on.
Therese almost like took out my hearing screaming about it.
At first, I was just excited because I thought we were getting Coco in the Hyperion Theater, like a Coco show for the Hyperion, and I was all for that. And then they, wham! It's it's an attraction. I'm like, even better. But yeah, I don't know if you were taking video, but yeah, I screamed.
I probably
and then I felt
was.
bad that I screamed. But then later in the night, the people in front of us screamed way louder for the Disney World announcement. So then I didn't feel quite as bad.
I'm a terrible person. Name? Scott. Sorry, Scott. I was trying to remember your name as Disneylanders. Scott, I think one of the reasons the Avatar announcement was met with lukewarm was it was kind of like the the Avengers attraction, which is we've heard already about it. It wasn't like something out of nowhere. So, like, for me, I wasn't surprised at all. I was like, yep, this is just a different version of the same concept art you gave us before. And then you gave us some additional, okay. I mean, I thought Avatar wasn't a great idea to put in Disney World back in the day.
But I think it does work. Like, if you're gonna put
It's
it
a
in a
neat
park,
land, but I don't
think
think of it as
it
Avatar.
works. I think it works well where it's at.
But when we've been there, I don't think, oh, this is Avatar. I think this is a really interesting, neat land.
Sure.
But anyway.
We still haven't seen it at night, though.
No, what's up with that? So the building behind Monsters, it would be. Let me go back to the shot here. What it would be is they would get rid of this Monsters building,
That's
which
Monsters,
is here,
yep.
and they would expand out into here. My guess is that they would also get rid of what was the Marvel Superstore or whatever,
Which is nothing now.
and which used to be way back in the day the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Play It building, and then whatever this is that they don't really use for anything anymore. I also heard rumor that people are thinking that they'll get rid of the Hyperion, but I don't think that's happening.
I hope not. Again, thematically, looking down Hollywood Boulevard, what else would you put there?
Yeah, Bob Iger. I think Bob Iger, maybe there was something with bringing James Cameron in or something that, like, he made promises to him. I don't know.
Yes, Olivia, I agree. Hollywoodland is the Tomorrowland of DCA. They just aren't really quite sure what to do with it.
That is
I
true.
think you could bring back, like, you could have, if that was like a Muppets themed corner of the park, come on.
Yeah, that would be nice.
You could do Muppet Vision 3D in that big, empty, what used to be the Marvel Superstore.
Well, you could put Muppet Vision 3D back
Well,
in the...
but you could keep the PhilharMagic too.
PhilharMagic, I feel like... Yeah.
I mean, you could take it or leave it. I agree. But, like, you could do... Oh, how cool would it to have, like, a Muppets stage show? They wouldn't do it, but it'd be super cool. Or, like, a Muppets attraction, like, actual, like, get on a ride vehicle attraction, not just
Sure.
Muppet Vision 3D. That would be cool. That would work. I feel like you could easily do that back there, and it would be awesome.
They need to do something, for sure. Just don't touch your Animation
No,
Academy.
just don't touch. You just leave that Animation Academy out of it. A people mover type attraction
Well,
in DCA. I mean, we love a people mover. Yeah.
I don't understand how they can hold on to the Muppets that people love so much, and they do
do.
nothing with it. They're
I know.
squandering the rights to
I
this.
know. The Muppets would be amazing.
I'll let Teresa answer first.
For the Honda Center?
Yeah.
The Honda Center I thought was spectacular. For me, my favorite was Friday night, Saturday night. Sunday night with the Legends ceremony, I felt how they presented stuff Friday night and then how they presented stuff on Saturday night. It felt like they were building. And it was amazing. Like, we got fireworks indoors on the first night, which was awesome. There was so much entertainment the second night with acts that never would I have thought would have been present at a Disney panel thing. And so for me, the Legends was actually like my least favorite of the three. I feel like I get why they ended with it, but I feel like they should have started with it because the parks panel, like, as far as like palpable like excitement and amazingness, that was like the pinnacle, the peak for me. I thought it was fun. I am not a night person though. So the first night I was like not even talking coherently, and Tag was laughing at me because we were like walking back to. He's like, "You can't even put a sentence together." I said, "No, I'm so tired." So that was hard for me.
I was rambling something to her, and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Are you even? What's going on?
Yeah,
Your brain is just."
I just couldn't do it anymore.
The fact that you were
maxed out,
upright and moving was kind of a surprise.
that all my brain power was going to that. Yes, Stephanie, Mad T. I freaked. I thought that was going to be an announcement. I looked at Dag and said, "This is our first park. This is the first announcement. They're bringing back Mad Tea."
I'm surprised.
Ugh.
I thought the Mad Tea Party.
They need to.
I thought that, like, that was the highlight of the whole weekend for you, because you were
Incredible.
like, in the moment, you were just.
I was
all
just
about
going
it.
on. I'm like, look at those costumes. Like, look at the details on those. They wouldn't have pulled this all together for one night, would they? Like, I was just going.
Mad Tea Party was your version of me thinking Tomorrowland was getting announced last time.
I was like,
Because I was like, the words, here it comes.
Yeah.
And you were like that with Mad Tea Party. Like,
Yeah.
There's no way they
there's
brought them
no
back.
way.
Look
This
at
was
the costumes.
Yeah, this was crazy. Like,
Yeah.
that was huge. That was a huge feat to bring that back. And
Yeah.
we were so
They were great.
good.
They were great.
So good. I looked at Tag. I said, I would go to their concert in a heartbeat.
Yep.
No problem.
Yep.
And they can have their concert either at the Hyperion, the Backlot stage, or even the Fantasyland Theater. Any one of those three venues would work perfectly well for the Mad Tea Party.
I kind of
Holy
wish if they
cow.
were going to rejigger the nights, I kind of wish they would have done the parks panel Friday night because that would have released pressure on everybody on Sunday trying to get into the review room or the reveal rooms.
Sure.
Because there was 2 rooms at the Imagineering Pavilion that honestly we didn't even know were there. Like, we knew something was covered up somewhere, but we didn't know where or whatever. And so on Sunday, because they had the parks panel, they had revealed like models and stuff of some of the stuff they announced. And the line for both of these rooms were so long, we didn't go into them because I was like, I am not wasting our last day standing in that line that's not really moving. So, but for me, for the Honda Center, I felt that the first night, which was the entertainment panel, which was the movies and TV shows and all of that, I thought that was amazing because it was really star-studded. There was lots of like famous people there. It was a little weird because they would bring some people out and they wouldn't even have any lines.
Yeah, they like barely would introduce them before they were then turning around and
Yeah,
leaving the stage.
which I was like, how much did you pay them to come here and they're just going to come out and like they didn't even say hi. They just like wait. I don't know. It was
may
weird.
have been part of their contract,
But it was definitely like flashy. The second night with the parks panel was different. I was concerned during the parks panel that, or the experiences panel, which is what they now call the parks panel, that their whole theme was like traveling through music, which I thought was like interesting. Like I didn't dislike it, but I thought that there was a lot of time spent on them performing musical things, and I was like, they're razzle-dazzling us again. Because in the beginning, they kind of slowly were telling us little things here and there. And then the last night, I think the last night was the least fun for Teresa, or the one that she liked the least. I really liked it because, for me, it felt like we were at the Oscars.
Yeah.
And I know that I will never go to an event like the Oscars, but they did it so well that it felt like I was at the Oscars. So I felt like what it must feel like to be in the Kodak Theater where they film the Oscars or where they host the Oscars. And I thought that was really cool because when we had gone to the Legends thing before, it was in that same room that they didn't really do a lot with, that they used to do all the big panel stuff at the convention center. But this felt like a real big fancy production. Also, they moved the giant screen up at the end to have a full orchestra that we didn't know was there.
Crazy.
So
that was crazy. Scott, I agree. We were not sure how the transportation was going to go. In fact, Friday night, we had a weekly tier that was like, oh, I'm going to drive over. Do you guys want to come with us? And we said, no, we're going to experience, like, we're going to do we want the full experience. So we did the bag check at the Honda Center, or not at the Honda Center, at the convention center, got on our little bus and headed over. Exactly what you said. Smooth, so smooth. And I looked at Tag and said, this is wild, because we thought, A, that this was going to be a disaster, but B, this was the first night. They didn't they had a million hands on deck trying to ensure that it was going to be smooth. We had not much of a wait to get onto the bus to go over to the Honda Center. At night, it was a little confusing because we kind of all got let out at the same point, so it was just chaos because it was just lots of people.
Well, 12,000 people 10,000 people trying to get on a shuttle.
Yeah. So we but then once we asked a cast member and they told us, you want to get on, do you want that shuttle? Okay, just keep going that way. They pointed out where to go. We got in that line. That line just, it was long, but it went. It was great. Picking up our stuff at the end of the night, super easy. I was floored. We actually ran into not Michael Vargo, but his wife the next day, and we're like, we don't know if we'll bump into Michael or not, but can you please tell him we did the transportation to and from the Honda Center last night, and it was as flawless as it could have been. It went way better than we ever thought. And actually, that's part of what she does, is she works on events and helped with the buses and all that stuff. And so she was thrilled that it went well, and she was going to make sure to pass that along to Michael Vargo too. Yeah. But wild. Well, the thing that was cool that we didn't expect.
Oh, you're probably going to talk about what I was going to say. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I hope it's the same thing you're going to talk about. We got on the bus, and they started a DVD, and it was Don Hahn being Don Hahn, which he's kind of a funny, eccentric person. And he was like, we've now boarded your magic carpet to the Honda Center. And I know it's not a magic carpet, it's a bus going down Catella, but I like to think of it as a magic carpet kind of a situation. And they talked about music, and it was really cool, and it was something that they didn't have to do.
It was so fun.
But that first night, like, it felt magical. And it made the trip over there go really fast. It was great. I think we all thought, I think most people thought that it was going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
Getting that many people from the Honda Center or from the convention center to the Honda Center and back.
Yeah.
But gosh darn it, they did a great job. And even though the line at the Honda Center to come back looked terrifying, it moved. It was probably faster than the line for Pirates when there's no lightning
That's
lane.
true.
Like, it was moving.
That's true.
And they were very organized. They were counting, and they were like, all right, how many more? 2? Okay, you're on this bus. These people, you're on the next bus.
Yeah.
Like, they knew exactly how many people to put. Teresa... Do you want to talk about the warehouse thing?
Oh, we can talk about my backstage sneak peek. Sure.
The bus ride back on the last night?
No, it was the Parks panel.
The Parks
night.
panel night. Teresa saw something which was really great. I'll let her explain it. But you don't go to the Honda Center one way and you come back a different way. And Teresa, I'll let Teresa tell the story.
So, on our way back to the Parks panel, so we're already, or from the Parks panel, so we're already, all excited and had like a great time. And Tag's sitting at the window. I'm sitting talking with Tag, and we're going past this, I don't know, like warehouse. It was just boring. And there was a giant door that was open, and I was looking in the door because it was crazy colorful in there. So I was like, ooh, that looks fun. What is it? And my heart stopped. And I just looked over at Tag because I saw something and I recognized something. And I looked over at Tag and I said, I need you right now. I said, don't ask why. Don't ask me questions, but I need you to pull up Paint the Night, and I need you to show me what the Incredibles float looks like. And he's like, what? Why? I'm like, just pull it up. Y'all, I saw it. I saw the Incredibles float. It was parked in this nondescript warehouse, which, of course, us being nerds, then had to, get Google Maps out. And we're, looking around. And, yep, sure enough, this is one of the off-property Disney storage areas. And we saw, different, what was it, Matterhorn bobsleds in the Google Maps
It looked like there was a couple
all sorts of
logs
stuff
from Splash Mountain, etc.
But I saw the drill thing. If you guys have seen it before, I saw the
I shared
front.
it a minute ago.
Okay, I saw the front. I saw the drill. Obviously, it was not lit up, but I saw that's what I saw, and I was just like, ah! So that was exciting. So the parade floats still exist for anybody that was wondering. And why was it so close to the door?
Teresa was very excited by it. Stephanie, I want to address the parking that was super easy. So the weekly cheer that we referred to earlier, they said that it was so easy to get out even at the end of the Honda Center and get out of there. So that was really cool because I was texting that we were about to board the bus and they were like, yeah, we already stopped and got food and we're already back at the hotel. So I was like, oh, okay. So it was really easy for them too. Anna, I like your idea about offering a virtual ticket to stream the panels. They did put the Legends ceremony on Disney Plus the very next day, which I have not have you watched it yet? I haven't watched it yet either. My brother wants to watch it because I was like, you should watch it because we were in that room. Yeah. And he was like, well, we could watch it sometime. We've been trying to get through Ted Lasso. But anyway.
Well, we talked, I don't know if this ended up in the podcast or not, but we had asked Michael Vargo about it. And he said something about there's complications with licensing stuff.
Yeah.
So for sure, I don't think the things for what's coming from the studios,
the entertainment.
I don't think the entertainment one will ever be live streamed or broadcast. However, this year, those trailers that we were seeing previews of were coming out as we were seeing them practically, it felt like. So a lot of the information Disney and everybody involved seemed to be on it, and we're getting stuff in there, getting stuff out to the public, as though you were sitting there live, which was really, really cool. Same thing with the parks night when they were talking about all the different park updates. The Disney Parks blog was just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
There was so much information going out to the masses. I think that's kind of their way of getting information out to you without being able to actually stream the panels
Their
themselves.
team was on it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
stuff that we didn't get to see, but the social media people did, is they had one of those like stand and repeat is what they're called, those little like walls that have like the logos on it or whatever. And all the people that would get off stage were back there with like Mickey, and they were posting some of that stuff online too, and we didn't get to see that in person. So
Yeah.
that was really cool. Scott, I think Paint the Night might be coming back for the 70th. That's my prediction.
I feel like it, since why would that float have been that close to the entrance? If it wasn't coming back, that would have been tucked in the back corner somewhere.
Stephanie, you live in a very cool place that you could be like, oh, look, there's just another food booth or giant Halloween Mickey going down the street, and it's like no big deal.
That'd be so fun. I would love that.
Well,
so
you
much.
saw for last expo. You should tell that story again. You were telling it to somebody in line.
Oh, when we were sitting, I think I was talking to, anyways, so last expo you were there too, weren't you?
Yes,
I think
but
you
had
and I
told
were,
the story
yeah,
recently,
you and
so
I
I
were
wanted you to
standing
tell
on the corner about to cross harbor to get to under the tiny Disneyland arch to get into Disneyland. And as we're standing there, what pulls up and parks right at that stoplight? Oh, it was the giant platinum Mickey that was the thing that was sitting right in front of the Honda, I keep saying the Honda Center. The thing that was sitting in front of like the Expo Center. That giant Mickey was just wrapped in bubble wrap. Strapped to the back of a truck. I took pictures of it because I thought it was hilarious. You just never know. You never know what you're gonna see.
It's true.
Speaking of this, is related, unrelated. People have photos. The Mickey pumpkin is on property and it is backstage at Disney.
Well, we are just a few days away from Halloween kicking off, which seems very early to be saying that, but it's true.
Yeah. Ooh. Good question, Scott. Honestly, I think I hadn't ever been really excited about Destination D until last year when they streamed it. It looks very enjoyable. I was reading something online. It's like 25. It's like a much smaller group of people that are able to go, and it's just a much smaller venue and event in general. There's one stage that everybody gets to go see the presentations on, one little area for shopping. It looks like a much more condensed and chill version of D23. So I would 100%, yes, at some point, for sure. Maybe next year, maybe not next year, but at some point I want to go to Destination D23. It's in the fall, and it's the off years of the major D23 stuff. Or the big D23 Expo. I think I would go. And it's on Disney property.
Well, and what's been really difficult, so you guys know, one of the things, I don't think I've ever said this to Teresa, but I think she's just picked it up, is we would like to eventually end up on some type of media list for Disney. So I've been trying, when I write the script and when we're talking about stuff, I try to refer to the things as Disney wants them referred to. So, for instance, the first time we talk about Disney California Adventure in any of our stories, I always say at Disney California Adventure and not just DCA or California Adventure. And it's been very difficult this year because it has always been the D23 Expo. And this year it is called D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event. So it's hard because Expo was so much easier to say. And in fact, Michael Vargo's wife we were talking to, she called it Expo. She said, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event. So even they're struggling.
We agreed. We were talking with her. I'm like, I said, you correct me if I'm wrong because it's your husband that's in charge of all this. I said, but I look at it, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event, because it was an entire week worth of things. So that's the blanket event for the entire week. The 3-day weekend, that's the expo. Yeah. And she's like, I like that. I don't know, not official at all, but that's just in my brain how it makes sense.
Yeah. And then Anna, I'm gonna give you some legally murky advice.
Oh,
if you get a VPN,
public,
it's fine. If you get a VPN, everybody knows this. If you get a VPN and VPN to the US or Canada, you can log into Disney Plus through that VPN, and you'd be able to watch this. Because I've done that. When we traveled to Europe, I had my Disney Plus account, and we were in Europe, and I opened it up, and I had Star
different
over there,
stuff.
which is their Hulu, and I was able to watch There was something that was on Disney Plus over there that wasn't on Disney Plus over here, and I was able to get it. So
There you go.
if you really want to watch it, get a VPN. Watch
I
it.
wouldn't be surprised. Look on YouTube. I wouldn't be surprised if like
They'd
Disney,
probably take that down though.
If Disney didn't put it on YouTube.
It's probably licensing.
I would maybe
and-
check there. Let's see. Donna, yes, we did see Lynn. We hung out with Lynn on Wednesday and Thursday. However, once Expo started, somehow, I mean, there's
We didn't
like
see 'em
a
at all.
million people, it feels like, at the Expo. We did not see them at all. In fact, after the Expo was done, I looked at Tag. I said, I never even made it back to the corner that, like, the marketplace booths are, which are all the, like, not, like, big things like the lounge fly booth and all that. Like the Disneyana people had a booth back there.
Mhm.
Lynn and Ken had a booth back there. Mice Chat had a booth back there. Like all of those folks and their booths, I never even made it. Somehow never even made it to that corner of the building. That's how massive the show floor is. But yeah, no, we hung out with Ken pre D23 craziness.
Oh, here it is.
There we are. There we are picking up our
I will show you that.
badges.
That's us picking up our
And
badges.
Teresa
so.
not knowing where to look at the camera, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
me, Teresa, and this is Lynn from the Sweet Spot. If you didn't know what he looked like, so yeah.
There we are. But yeah. So we saw Lynn. I just didn't see Ken. We are not planning a November trip. Actually, this was the last year that last year. This was the last trip that we had planned this year. So we don't have any trips on the books yet. Don't worry. There will be. But yeah, as of now, we don't have our next trip planned. So unfortunately, we will be missing you when you're visiting from Australia. That's super, super
Yeah.
cool.
Stephanie, Lynn told us that he would have loved to come to the meetup, but he was driving.
Yeah, he went home on Sunday.
Yeah.
He only spent like an hour or two at the expo and then left.
Yeah.
Which, crazy.
He had to
crazy.
work his. He works at a school, and the school was starting that week, and so he
Oh.
needed to be there to do all that stuff. So
There you go. Oh, Megan's going in December. Very exciting. Hopefully more. Well, Tiana's Bayou Adventure will be open for you, Megan. Same for you, Nicole, depending on when you go in November. Oh, first week. It will not be open yet. I'm sorry. November 15th is when Tiana's Bayou Adventure is opening in Disneyland.
but they might have. They might have early, like a sneak,
Maybe.
like a, what do they call it? Why am I blanking
Like
on
a
the
preview.
word?
Soft open?
Soft opening. That's
Okay.
what I'm looking for.
Yeah, or they might have like a, not AP, Magic Key Holder preview type thing. They did that for
Yes,
Disneyland.
yes.
They had a cast member preview too. Look at that. Olivia and Megan are going to be overlapping on their trips.
You guys should
too.
meet up. We love when weekly cheers meet
Megan
up.
will be there the first week in October. All very, very exciting. I wish we could be there all of the times that you guys are going to be there, so we could have official and unofficial meetups with everyone.
Teresa
for
just wants
sure.
to move there.
I do.
And
I
be
just
in the
wanna
park all
move
the
there.
time.
I want to live Stephanie's life. Stephanie, can I like build a tiny home on your like backyard or something? Stephanie lives very close.
You're
to the
like, can I
parks.
just live?
Then I could spy on that big warehouse.
You're like, can I just live in one of the food booths at the warehouse? That'd be great.
It'll be fine. Plenty of space.
The
I don't
lazy
need much space.
dog meetup was great. Stephanie did a great job getting that together.
Mhm.
There was probably double the amount of people that I expected
It was
to be there.
crazy. I think that was like Terry's tribe because Terry's pretty darn amazing.
Yes, I just meant like together.
Oh yeah. But it was incredible.
Yeah, play night never gets shorter.
Ooh.
Who did we meet? Wait, she's coming from Australia.
Very fun.
Who was the person we met on the Bob Gurr Waltland tour? They were from Australia too.
We did. We met someone from Australia on the Waltland tour as well.
I'm never going to Disneyland friend to go in March. Oh, why? Okay, Megan, you got to tell us, why is your friend, I'm never going to Disneyland? I have to understand why somebody would be like, nope, never doing it.
She's even planning cute Disney outfits. I think she's like,
Oh, Anna.
Anna, there you are.
I would think, okay, Anna and Megan. No, Anna and Megan.
Nicole.
You guys need to
There
communicate
you go.
because you guys are
got
both in
2
Australia.
weekly tiers in Australia.
Hi,
so-
Anna. It must be, what time is it there? Like tomorrow morning?
There, I'm just gonna set up shop in Stephanie's playhouse in her backyard.
Oh,
too
it's
funny.
11 in the like it's almost noon there.
It's Monday. Monday at 11.
Wow. You've already started
Very
your week.
cool.
We haven't even got there yet.
So Vern and I, this is related and unrelated. Just let me get there. I promise it'll come back around. We were going to Circus World Museum today. Oh, look what I did. Sorry,
Oh,
I
my
already
goodness.
distracted myself. I know. Look at this. I was so proud of myself.
Oh.
You will all appreciate this.
Megan, I just want to tell you about the food poisoning situation. Whenever they went, going as a kid, the food is much better now.
Jan, you have a Waltland tour scheduled for October. That's awesome. Okay, everyone, look what I did today.
What did you do?
This is my related unrelated. First of all, do we see this photo? It's a circus wagon. Walt Disney is in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
We see him?
Yep.
This is my fun little, like, there's Disney magic in Wisconsin. I took a lot of pictures at the
Obviously.
thing today.
Did you ever talk to them? We were going to like go and interview somebody from there. Also, Jan, after Teresa's done, I need to know why your YouTube username is Dr. Toilet Paper. Okay, so what is this?
I recreated the photo with the same circus wagon because Walt Disney donated 10 circus wagons to Circus World Museum in little old Baraboo, Wisconsin.
Can you do me a favor? Because I think you probably already have thought of this, but you should put that and the Walt thing in one
know.
picture and put it on Instagram.
I'm going to, but
Cool.
but I distracted myself because I'm like, these people, they will be excited about my Disney wagon today. Anyways, so we were on our way to Circus World
Oh,
Museum.
you still haven't even got to
Still
the story.
haven't gotten to the story. Distracted myself. So we were on our way, and Vern and I were talking. He is like so sold on Disney cruises. It's not even funny. And so we were talking about cruises, and I was saying we need to do like a transatlantic cruise, like you did, and So, anyways, so then it led to
Who
me.
said that? Vern did?
Me.
Oh.
And Vern's like, yes, we do. And so he's going to double check because post office has weird time off requirements, but he's thinking it might happen. Anyways, we're like tentatively, this is not official by any means, but I found.
I have not heard about this yet, by the way.
No, I found a cruise and it's like my holy grail. It like
And
I
what is
want to
it?
do this so bad. It is Honolulu to Sydney.
Oh, you haven't seen that one already?
I have seen it,
Oh, okay.
but like Vern's on board with it too. So I'm like, I want this so bad.
When is that?
It's October is when they do that. And Vern's like, can I
Are you
figure
trying to do it
out
this year or next year?
No. We haven't figured anything out. But Vern
okay.
really wants to run. He wants to run a marathon in all 50 states, and he also eventually wants to run a marathon in all seven continents. I feel like
7.
7 continents. And so
How's
he's
he going
like,
to run? Oh, I guess there is one
in Australia, there's all sorts.
No, he wants to run in Antarctica because you're talking about continents.
Yeah. There's an Antarctica race.
I
There's
I vaguely remember
There's
him
an
saying that
Antarctica
now.
marathon. But I was like, if we could somehow do this amazing Disney cruise and butt it up to so he could run a marathon in Australia, how cool. That'd be like our two like favorite things ever combined. Now Tag is looking at Disney
I'm just curious to
cruises.
see what the price is. Well, thank you for the information.
We'll meet us at the dock. I love it, Anna.
Jan, thanks for the information.
It was like 14 or 15 days, Olivia. There you go. It started at Alani. You're just
9-night
No,
Hawaii
no.
cruise from Hawaii. Oh,
no,
Vancouver.
no. That's the wrong one. Wrong one. You're in the wrong thing.
Well, I don't.
Just do like lots of days.
Just lots of days.
Yeah.
14 or more. It's got to be one of them, right?
I don't remember if it's 13 or 14 nights. I think it's 15. There it is. 15 night South Pacific
That's
cruise.
not a bad price. Hold on, let me share
That's
this
for an
screen.
interior room for this year.
That's still not like terrible for 15 nights on a Disney cruise.
Isn't that like so fun?
So what is the date on this? This is, you said, October.
This year, October.
And then this one is
Next year, October.
Yeah, because this price will come down probably, but yeah.
I'm just like.
Even the ocean view is not terrible for 15 nights on a Disney cruise.
Those are going to be
But
some
you gotta-
expensive plane tickets.
But you got to get to Hawaii, and then you got to fly back from
They're
Australia.
going to be expensive plane tickets, but man, I think it'd be so cool.
Olivia's has started Alani.
Anyways. Ooh, good. Lots of running in Australia. Even better. Yes, Olivia, they do it like twice a year. Like once, I think there's one where it's coming back from Sydney back to Honolulu, and then Honolulu to Sydney in the fall. Or maybe it's just the one. I don't know. I feel like you got to get the boat down there somehow, though.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't have
Anyways.
the other way. That's weird.
But so anyways, it's like, look at that. I was thinking of Australia earlier. Now we've got some Australia friends
Oh, that's
on
why.
our stream. How cool.
That's why.
Why I brought it up?
No, I clicked the wrong.
Oh. There you go.
From Sydney and Honolulu going the other way. Yeah.
There's the other way one. I think it'd be so cool. Eventually.
See, Donna's like, do it.
I know. I've never been to Australia. I've been to New Zealand, but I've not been to Australia.
Too bad that's okay. I know it's not all about me, but I'm like, too bad that's in the October timeframe, because I was like, that would be a really cool one to. I mean, it's long. We probably wouldn't get that big appeal, but like, it'd be cool to do a DL Weekly.
Oh
cruise.
my gosh, no, that'd be a hard one to do.
We probably have to do like a
cruise.
3-day for a DL Weekly cruise.
We'd
like
have,
a 3
yeah,
or
I think
4
like
day.
a cool one for if we ever did a DL Weekly
The 2
meetup
islands.
cruise. Is if we did, I would say do one from San Diego, because then everybody could also do Disneyland.
Sure. I'm just thinking it'd be cool to do the Bahama one, because we could do one of the ones that hit both islands.
sure.
Which would be cool.
That's what I'm doing in January.
I will tell you, Anna
Ooh,
Nicole,
Olivia, it's her favorite
every
country.
Australian person I've ever met in my travels were like the nicest people, and they love traveling.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Anna, I think I told you that when we were on the Waltland tour.
Anyways, sorry I
So an
derailed
entire
us.
country of those people, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I derailed us. Did anybody have any other questions about our D23 experience or anything we did in our past week that we were there? Because like I said, we did Company D, which is awesome
we do
if you've
this?
never gone. It was sold out. That's why it was sold out. D23 Day, that was another thing that we did. That was super fun.
People have been asking for us to do some type of DL Weekly cruise for a long time. So we'll have to eventually do something like that. We'll have to do it like, it's going to be hard though, because I feel like we'll have to plan it like a year and a half out so people
At least,
can
yeah.
book and do it. Like, and that's a long time of.
Well, yeah, but that's how people can plan to make sure they can be there. Let's see. Who else did we meet? We met Lanny Smoot, who is the Imagineer that created amazing things like the lightsaber that actually like retracts, ignites and then retracts, and the new holotile stuff.
Oh, look who
he
else
was really
we
really
met.
cool. Oh yeah, we bumped into Debbie from Where in the Park and
Designer
her
Park Co.
Yes. Oh yeah. I can't.
Teresa was
We also-
wearing the
single
rider pack, which not only was Debbie excited for, but also our last night in the park, our last ride of the last night was Soren, and there was a lady, wasn't it? Or was it the night before? Second to last night. Was all about asking
There
you
was
about your pack.
another. Oh no, it was our last night, our last ride both nights, because Tuesday night someone was in the Indiana Jones line was asking me about it and was all excited about it. So we met them. We bumped into Josh Tomorrow in New Orleans Square. We weren't able to chat with him. He was en route to something and he had like people with him, and we kind of were lingering to like say hi and get a quick photo, and they're like, he's got to be somewhere. I'm like, nope, totally fine. And we saw him 2 other times during the expo. One of the times he was getting ready to do a group cast member photo in front of the convention center, and then the last time we saw him, he was walking towards us as we were on the expo floor, and we were chatting with a cast member friend who was wearing their name tag. So he was with the same like group of people that was trying to like make sure people didn't stop him, but he came over, said hi to the cast member friend. So I was able to say one quick line to him, and I said, "Great panel last night," and then he walked away, and I looked at tag and said, "It wasn't a panel. It was like." I don't know. It was not a panel. It was like presentation would have been a better word.
This is
but
Tony Baxter.
Yep,
Who
we
we
saw Tony Baxter
saw-
walking around.
Do you want to tell the story of what this is called now?
Oh, so we were getting off of the Little Mermaid attraction, and it's that tiny little road between like the Little Mermaid and then at the end of it's like the water wheel from Grizzly River Run. I'm sure there's an actual official name to this tiny road, but we have deemed
Let's
it that
see if
it
there's
is
a name.
now this little area here.
I do not see a name. Oh, Grizzly Pass Trail, but I don't know what this
Yeah.
is.
So it was on that little thing there that we saw Tony Baxter, and I jokingly said, "This road will forever be known as Tony Baxter Way." So
I actually like that name for
there's
it.
Tony Baxter Way. Who else did we see?
I'm trying to pull photos of people you've talked about.
We made a new friend. His name is Trevor, and he works for Disneyland, like in the costuming stuff for Disneyland of Entertainment. He was super, super cool.
Our good friend, Teresa's good friend, Michael Vargo.
Michael Vargo.
Which we saw him a bunch of times the first day, and then
I kept
never
count.
saw
It
him.
was like 5 times that first day. It was wild. I didn't think
Oh.
we'd run into him like once, and we saw him a ton.
Okay, I want quick question for the people who are watching. Does anybody know the significance of like what this person is dressed as?
Scott, what a good question to ask if the lightsaber would ever be made available to the public. That's super cool. I
Let's see if
saw
anybody
that
knows
Tony
this.
was at was signing prints. Of course, we saw it like afterwards. I was like, man, that would have been cool, but that's okay. Next time. I think he was at the Roosevelt booth too.
Okay, so there is a.
This was such a
I think it
good
was the
deep cut.
10th anniversary special or Disneyland After Dark, and Walt is in it. And at one point, he gets this hat put on him, and they steal his popcorn. And this attendee of the fan event was dressed as Walt, checking his watch. And there's a photo that this person had, and I didn't get a picture of the photo. I thought I could find it on Google easily enough. Surprise, can't. I'll have to go find it in the actual special. It is on Disney Plus. And so I thought it was a wonderful costume.
Yeah,
and everybody I
it's
showed it
Walt's.
to had no idea who it was, so I feel like I was just
And
going
it
to
was
see what
the
you guys thought.
Matterhorn. They sold hats like that for the Matterhorn.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's what that was.
All right, I'm trying to see.
Who else did we?
Oh, here's
There's
one time we saw Josh
Tomorrow sighting number 2.
Yeah. So I just want to switch off while I'm looking through photos. I'm not going to show any of the people we saw.
A lot of YouTubers. We saw Fresh Baked. In fact, I think we made an accidental appearance in his video in the Imagineering Pavilion.
We definitely
We
did.
saw Ordinary Adventures a few times.
Tim Tracker.
Adam the
Woo.
I said hi to the Disneyland. No. Tokyo Disneyland Resort Explorer. So the TDR Explorer. I said
Disneyland
hello to
nurse.
him. Yes,
Who's
we saw.
on this.
We saw Scott, the Disneyland nurse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. We were really bad about getting photos with people though.
That is true. I feel like that's always our thing.
And I was too nervous to go say hi to the Ordinary Adventures people.
Here's our second Josh Tomorrow. This is right before Teresa said panel
the
or
wrong
whatever
thing.
to him.
Yeah, this is right before I said the wrong thing.
But
that's
look
okay.
who we got to see right before this, and it was awesome.
That was awesome. That's Minnie's new outfit for the Disney Treasure.
Yeah, so that was really
pretty
cool.
awesome. We won't see her for a while wearing that on the ship, but there we are with Lanny.
Here's our Lanny.
He was
Spoot
super
photo.
nice, very, very popular. Lots of people were wanting to say hi to him.
I thought we had a picture. By the way, this name tag badge thing is gorgeous. It's for the Disney Cruise Line, but it's the 25th anniversary thing that was added on top of it.
It
It's
clipped
gorgeous.
in. It was very cool. I had not seen that before.
Here's our
There's
friend.
new friend Trevor.
He was awesome. He talked about costumes
We
and everything.
spent 45 minutes talking about costumes.
Total between the two times we talked to
The
him.
first night,
We probably talked to him for 90 minutes total.
at least. He was so fun.
Okay, that's legend
But yeah,
stuff.
there we are. That was our really bad. We didn't get very many photos with folks, but
I don't have it, but you have it. The photos with that we saw in the park. We saw Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Oh yeah. We spotted Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau as well as Pete Docter in the park. We were just sitting watching for Magic Happens, and it was like the pre-parade. All these studio heads going through.
And I'm sure you've all seen this on YouTube already, but I'll show you the pictures we took from the Mark Twain of the extended Haunted Mansion queue.
There's a lot of
I got a
vertical
really
work
good
going.
like photo
That
somewhere.
was the next day
Where's
when you
us?
like peeked over the thing.
No, this is what I was trying
Oh.
to find. That they have the little section here that they were bricking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you want to go
Sorry.
back to the chat so we can? Oh yes, we saw Gunny and Matt McKinnon at the meetup. You're right, Stephanie, as well as Terry, obviously. But yeah, less photos and we were very present, Olivia.
Yep. Dusty Sage, we did see him doing a stream on the show
I
floor, and we did not see Bob.
Yeah, I did not. They were both there, but I did not see either of them.
Look what's looking
Garner
really
Holt, we
good.
didn't see him either because, again, he was back in that corner that I somehow never made it to.
This was looking good.
And I'm sad that I didn't go back there because he had his Grogu animatronic was like out and on display. Garner Holt's.
Oh, that's cool.
Which looks incredible.
Oh.
Here's the other one. This was the most so exciting because we somehow have not bumped into Philander since he was on the pod over a year ago.
Yeah.
Literally every time we're in the parks, we're DMing each other we'll keep our eyes out. Are you in the parks today? And somehow never do we actually connect. So that was perfect. So that was our final day. So I told him this was the perfect way for us to end the trip. It was the cherry on top of already a incredible weekend. Ooh, do you want to show them the things that we saw?
1 second.
That too.
This is my over the wall photo that I was looking for. So this is right where you turn around. So this is some of the stuff in the train station and stuff that was under
so
construction.
That's the new part of the expanded extended queue that's being reworked.
What do you want me to click on?
Can you click on what was I talking about? Oh, keep going down. We spied 2 new water bottle filling stations. One in DCA in the Grizzly Recreation area across from where Soren is, and then this one is right outside of the I don't know what
Alice
they're actually called, the
bathrooms.
Alice restrooms though, that have the cards as the doors, with best themed bathroom in my opinion. But yeah, there are 2 new water bottle filling stations we were stupidly excited about.
Yeah.
But
The only thing I wish that they would do with the water fill stations is a little faster. Because they're a little
might
slow.
Be quick. Did we try these?
I filled your
you
bottle,
did.
remember?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Also, I had to laugh because Teresa and I usually share this, and I just got it for myself this time because Teresa got
I got a salad.
Salad.
It was amazing.
And this thing, by the way, is amazing. It's a strawberry shortcake. But I was like, she had put all the stuff on there, and I was like, oh, that I could probably eat all that. And then she put the muffin on there, or the biscuit, because you usually eat the biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, no. But yeah.
You did pretty well, though.
I did do pretty well. I ate most of it. It was pretty good.
Anyways,
good.
Crazy exciting trip.
Oh, do you want to talk about not that photo? That's a terrible looking photo. That's a better looking photo.
We can talk about that.
Teresa was obsessed.
I was.
With
so
this.
when Alex from the Backside of Water was on the podcast the second time we were talking about Big Thunder Mountain, he was talking about how at the golden hour, how everything just glows. And we didn't even mean to, but we got back there right during golden hour, and Tag was making a ton of fun of me because I was obsessed with how the
Teresa
rocks
was taking
looked.
a photo shoot of Big Thunder Mountain.
I was taking so many pictures of Big Thunder Mountain. You'll probably see them at some point on social media. But
I hope so.
They were it was just beautiful. I'm like, I get it. I understand. And so I told Tag when we were about to get on the attraction, I said, can we please go take a selfie with Big Thunder Mountain? Because hopefully it'll still look it'll be as beautiful when we get off.
And I said sure.
And yep. And
but then I was trying to half do it, and I was like, let's just do it here. She's like, no, we got to go over here. I'm like,
we got to go over here.
And then she got a really good picture of the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad train going in with this in the background.
It's in the shared album.
It doesn't show me shared on the web for some reason. Because I would have liked to have had that,
Shared.
actually. I'm going to try.
It's not going to be as beautiful.
It won't be as beautiful, but it's pretty good.
But there it is.
Let's see.
I was so proud of myself.
You'll probably see this one on social media, I'm sure.
It was gorgeous.
It looks so much better in person rather than
you,
sharing on the
you
screen.
can't see quite the glowing quite there, but man, oh, it's so good. So good.
I will say, Nicole, in terms of Disneyland in general, I am so glad that they're adding what seems to be a lot of high capacity stuff to DCA because DCA needs it.
Yes. That's we reflected on that. As sad as we were that there wasn't more Disneyland specific news, we're like,
Yeah.
DCA needs, again, as long as they're not replacing existing attractions, it will be positive overall. But I'm a little nervous that we might be replacing existing attractions, which we don't want that. We want more capacity, not the same.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Time will tell once they actually announce what the actual plans are and where these things are going. So we will see.
Speaking of time, that is all we have for this evening. Thank you guys for all being here. I think when I was looking at the concurrent views on this, there was a lot more of you guys watching than normally. So thank you all for showing up.
Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, and hopefully you enjoyed and what we had to say and share and all of that good stuff. And listen to this week's podcast because as we talk about the experiences panel at the Honda Center, and then not this week, but next week. So not this Wednesday, but the Wednesday after, we'll talk about our days in the park with D23 Day and stuff as well.
So there's more D23 and trip content coming your way.
Bye from the future.
Bye from the future.
I love it.
See everyone.
Bye,
Have a good
guys.